You don't have to be good to start. You have to start to be good. Ah, my friend, I'm happy to see you here today. Why? Because I want to talk about something. Perfectionism. I don't know if I say it right in English, but anyway, we say perfectionisme en français. See? Sounds a little bit fancy. But anyway, you know, in my past, when I was younger, uh, I used to have so many dreams, so many things I wanted to do. And how many did I do of them? Not many. Why? Not just because I was procrastinator uh, in like CEO of procrastination. Not only that, not only because I didn't know that I had ADHD, but also because I think I had a fear. Two fears actually. First fear was the fear of rejection. I feared that by doing my idea, doing whatever I wanted to do, I would be rejected. And this is pretty well known now, but at the time it wasn't, and I didn't know I had ADHD. But people with ADHD have rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which means it amplifies the stories you're telling yourself about how much you're going to be rejected for whatever you do. Second reason is, well, my second fear was the fear that what I create is not as good as what I have envisioned. And this is pretty common. This is one of the biggest problems with perfection and perfectionism is you are thinking about something and it's never going to be as good as what you're projecting. Why? Because that's just an idea. And whenever you are putting that idea into reality, make it alive, of course it's going to be way different. So it's really, really hard for many people to overcome that. And the cemetery is full of people with ideas. And what I learned is by reading one book that is called The Lean Startup. So I was getting interested in the whole startup world. And when I read it, I was like, wow, it's possible to launch something, to even sell something, even if it's not finished. So now I have sort of a way of doing things is I sell first and I build second, which means, yes, I'm selling things that are not done yet, but I have a high level of expectation. Is that a scam? Well, many people who don't care about their customers would be scammers, of course. But when you care and when you have a high level of high standards, you're not going to scam people. You're going to co-create. And what I realized is it was a very humbling experience, is that people will love way much what you offer when they have been involved in the process, in the creation process. Because what you end up doing is doing something that will work for them. You will get to ask them, how can it become the best project, the best product, the best offer to suit your specific needs? And this is how you build an amazing offer. An offer people will crave for. And outside of the business realm, you still have to understand that life supports which supports life. Life supports that which supports life. This is something I've learned and integrated. And what is life? Life is motion. Life is not stillness. Everything's always in motion. Your cells, atoms, the universe, it's expanding. So everything's always in motion. We're moving like 1,000 miles to one direction, also like spinning. We don't feel it, but we're always in motion. So motion is almost like the natural state of life. And when we don't honor that, we are closer to death, not necessarily, uh, like a physical death, but at least the death of your projects, of your joy, of your growth. At least this is what I have experienced and witnessed. So how do we change that? Well, we have to understand that yes, it doesn't have to be perfect. It will become more than perfect, it will become excellent. Because excellence is a process. Perfection is something that is, like fixed. So what we want is we want to be involved in a process of constantly improving. So we have to start from somewhere. And then we also realize that the end product is not the destination. And the end product will be much more different than what we first envisioned. There are so many stories of businesses that started one way. If I'm not mistaken, Nintendo started as a game like a deck card. And so many businesses have started one way and then they evolved. So don't be too caught up in your own ideas, in your own creation, and embrace life, because life is moving, life is alive, life is motion. So my question for you is, how can you be alive today? How can you honor the creative being you are? How can you honor the ability you have to go from an idea to something that exists in the real world? So go and do one thing today, one thing that scares you. And now it's not something that I do it like purpose on purpose. It's whenever there is something that scares me, I do it. I just do it because I also learned that, it's not because we're scared that we don't do things. It's because we don't do them that we are scared. And the more you do it, the less you're scared. The more you do it, the more you're becoming someone who can overcome those challenges. It changes you into someone else. And then, next thing you know, you have new ideas. And now you can bring them, like create them, and then go to the next challenge and the next idea, because we are supposed to be in motion. So yes, there are many things that challenge me to this day, but I do them. When I started my private equity, having multiple companies and helping them grow, and not only being the cool guy who does things online, who like coaches clients, but the entrepreneur who has multiple businesses, and hopefully all of them will go to multiple seven figures. Well, all of this is challenging, and at first I was like, this is not me, this is what I want, but I don't feel like I'm capable of. But then I just did it, and we had like, that was a company that was making roughly 15K, 20K per month. And we've had like 6-figure month by implementing what I know, by being at the right place. So I did it. Then I realized I was more than suited to do it. And I continued. But it was scary. It was scary at first. Can I do it? Like, yeah, because, when you're scared, it means You have room for improvement, room for growth, and I think human beings are supposed to grow. Anyway, um, just let me know in the comments, like, what you feel you want to do, you want to try, you want to build, and what is a project that you've been, procrastinating around or postponing, just for the sake of perfection. And how can you start today? You don't need to do things right. You don't need to do things right. You just need to take one step, just one step, and then the next one, and then the next one. And next thing you know, you are much further than what you envisioned. See, I went to Syria a few years ago, um, before what you know, and I'm not someone who walks a lot. I mean, I wasn't. Now I do way more because I'm a motorcyclist, so I used my motorcycle a lot at the time. And there was one spot in Syria in the desert, and if you had told me, Khan, you're gonna go there, I would tell you, dude, you're crazy. There's no way I'm walking that much, and there's no way I'm using like a slave horse, so it would be a no-no for me. I would just not get there. But I started with one step, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and next thing you know, I'm in one of the best spots ever, ever. That was in Petra. So I could see this. I think it's one of the seventh wonder, and I could see it from a place no one else was seeing it, was watching it. Why? Just because I took just one step, and then the next one, and then the next one. So it's all worth it. Let me know, what is the one project you are committing to start today. It's not about doing it tomorrow, it's about doing it today, the first step. Maybe the first step is to talk about it and let your friends or your community know that you're gonna do it. Maybe it's something else, but just take the first step.